Welcome to the Oreaganic Podcast. I'm your host, Reagan, mechanical engineer, lifelong athlete, and recovered overachiever, here to empower you to pursue your highest potential and live freely as your happiest, most organic self. I know how it feels to dedicate your life to being a perfectionist and overachiever, and I've learned the hard way that all it does is leave you feeling burnt out, unsatisfied, and deeply disconnected from yourself. This podcast is your permission slip to unsubscribe from settling for a watered-down version of life just because our society tells us it's normal. Each week, we'll dive into topics ranging from personal growth, mindset hacks, psychology, and a blend of science and spirituality to give you all the tools you need to stop living life on autopilot and start creating a life of freedom, meaning, and fulfillment as your most organic self. If you're coming along for the ride, then let's plant those seeds and grow. So this episode is obviously a trailer. It's supposed to be short and straightforward, and yet I still found myself overthinking it, freaking out, thinking it had to be perfect. And then I just started recording, as I do kind of on Instagram stories if you follow me there, and just talking. And that is the most natural way my voice comes across. And I feel like I really encapsulated just my whole vibe and the whole point of the podcast better than what you're going to get from a 45-second intro. So thank you so much for being here, and I hope you enjoy a little taste of the podcast and all that's to come. What a genuine comedy it is to take this so seriously when the whole point of this entire thing is so that you guys can just get to finally have access to that version, like the version of me that doesn't have to be limited to a 60-second Instagram story posted ×5 that loses me 15 followers every time because no one cares about hearing me yap. This community is made for the people who care about hearing me yap. And who get value out of what I share. If you're hitting play on this podcast, if you're listening to this information, clearly you're here for a reason. Clearly I am resonating with you in one way or another, or I'm just magically randomly here in your ears. I don't know. I hope it's the former, not the latter. But either way, you're getting something out of this podcast. Whether it's feeling like you are listening to a friend, or getting that kind of older sister advice type of vibe, which is low-key my goal, honestly. Or you're just learning new things and expanding the capacity of your awareness just by hearing about conversations about new different things. You're here for a fucking reason. It's not like I'm talking to a wall, even though right now in this current moment it is 10:12 p.m. I am sitting staring at my mirror inside my little podcast studio that I just revamped today, just so that I can have a fresh, clean start. But right now, in this exact moment, picture you right now. Picture you as an individual on this planet. Zoom out. Imagine every single other human being right now just simultaneously in a freeze frame living their own life. That's just a trippy fucking thought in the first place. But that, you zooming out on that, I am just another one of those people right now. Just sitting, recording a podcast for you guys to listen to in your beautiful little ears. So if you're here, I'm so glad to take you along for the ride with me. The whole point of this podcast is, yes, to expand your mind, to help you improve your life, live a life of more fulfillment, and come back to living as your most organic self, where you feel comfortable and empowered to pursue those deepest desires that you have. But I just want to have fun. I just want to have a community. I want to have a group of people who just fucking get me, who like to hear what I have to say, because it just makes their day a little bit better. It makes their life a little bit better. It expands some of your awareness, how other people have done for me. That's the whole goal of the podcast. I'm not here to be sitting like some guru floating above a rock, speaking to you guys with pure white in my eyes as if I'm some high priestess coming down from above to share all of the wisdom of the other side of the universe with you. No, I'm here to share what I've learned at 23 years old, going through years and years and years and years of overachieving, perfectionism, overthinking, anxiety, people-pleasing, constantly putting out so much more energy for the sake of external validation, for the sake of my own identity being based in all of my accomplishments, and the culmination of all of that resulting in me living in a life that did not feel aligned, that did not match this idea that I always knew I had, which is to have a greater impact, and maybe, believe it or not to be living stressed out 24/7, to always be doing something. I knew there was more than that. I knew that something was off, and if I can help even just one single person, I say this all the time on my socials, but truly, what a difference that makes to my life to know that the learned experience that I have is genuinely, truly helping another human being go through life on this planet and have a bit easier of a time, or have some peace and comfort in knowing that they're not alone going through what they're going through. Especially people in that post-grad adulthood era, which I have become an expert at understanding and knowing because I fucking lived through it. I've lived through it. I'm still going through it, but I know how you feel. If you resonate with anything I just said in the past, odds are good. If you're going through any of that stuff too, not odds are good. I know for a fact. I know how you feel. I know how you feel. And after going through nearly 2 years of investing time, energy, money, attention into mentors and people who know how to get to where I want to go faster than I would know on my own, I know just how powerful it is to hear someone share that, to hear someone share their experience and hear someone make you feel less alone in going through this. That is why I'm here. It is not just for, I'm an influencer, I'm creating a podcast to be cool. Like, this podcast is not, I hope you guys know, this podcast is not just like a one and done experience here. Like, I don't think some of you understand, like, I'm here for a while. Like, I'm finally taking my seat at the table, knowing that I was always meant for some type of, like, platform like this. Very much not in an egotistical way, but just because, like, that's just how it is. I know this is here where I'm supposed to be, and I'm not fucking going anywhere. This may be the trailer episode that I'm posting. This may just be one of my intros that maybe in 5-10 years from now someone's gonna scroll all the way back to and hear 23-year-old Reagan talking. But bitch, guess what? I ain't fucking leaving. I ain't going anywhere. And after all that, hopefully you guys get a bit more of a taste of my vibe, especially if you don't follow me on Instagram, if you haven't seen me post on stories, if you don't know anything about me. That is why I'm here. And again, if you're here for the ride, I am just so happy to have you. To have me listening to my silly little voice in your silly little ears. My goal is simply to make your life better, grow a community of people who are inspired by the same reasons and motivations to, like, live that life that actually aligns with their soul's calling and their deepest desires, and have fucking fun doing it. That's why we're here, to live unapologetically as your most organic self, and I'm here to help you do that. So with that said, go be your most organic selves, and I will see you next week. Bye guys.